Okay, a very good morning to everybody. Today we would just continue with this poem that we started yesterday. We had even discussed the entire poem, The Laburnum Top by Ted Hughes. Okay, and there were certain things that were left out. So we would discuss those things in detail today. And as you know, this poem is what is the poem all about? Yes. What is it all about? It's just about laburnum tree. We had discussed it yesterday. What is it about? Online students, what is the poem all about? Is it just about Goldfinch or what about the relation between the two? Online students, anybody from among the audience, what is this poem all about? We discussed it even from the smart board yesterday. And also, it's about laburnum tree and the goldfinch and the relation between the two. Before the entry of the goldfinch, before the goldfinch arrives at the laburnum tree, the what is the state of the tree? It is totally empty. Okay, and it becomes alive only after the goldfinch enters there. Now Ted Hughes, he today we talked about this animal symbolism, but we have not discussed it in detail. So he has used this technique of animal symbolism here. Symbolic का मतलब क्या होता है? This is a kind of a poetic device. Okay, animal. It's a poetic technique where animals are used as symbols of life. Okay, and they are used as symbols of something which is totally different from what they are and figuratively very larger. So here goldfinch has been used as a symbol of industrial revolution. अगर आप देखो कि goldfinch और industrial revolution का कोई आपस में लेना देना. So this is a technique which is known as animal symbolism, where animals or birds, they are used as symbols of something which is totally different and something which is very larger than what they are. Okay, so they here goldfinch has been used as a symbol of what? Industrial revolution. Now, by the time this poem was written by Ted Hughes, industrial revolution had taken England by storm. It was the time when industrial revolution had stormed England. Okay, and it had become a part and parcel of everyday life of the people there. Got it? So, scholars have interpreted it as I just told you, goldfinch as a symbol of industrial revolution, and it entered the rural England. It entered the serene England. What is serene? What is serene? When I say industrial revolution entered serene England, what do you mean by serene? Type to answer only. Something which is very calm. You know, they had a very calm and peaceful life. Now, industrial revolution entered calm England, serene England, and it brought, because of the industrial revolution, there was a lot of excitement and thrill in the beginning. And similar is the case when the goldfinch enters the tree. There is a lot of thrill. You know, the tree becomes alive. And but however, the poet interprets it in a very different way, and he seems to claim that the revolution, which revolution are we talking about here? Industrial revolution. It had hidden its face behind a mask, just like the goldfinch. We say it has a barred face identity mask. हमने पढ़ा. It has stripes and it has a kind of a mask on its face. So the poet claims that the revolution had hidden its face behind a mask, and if you look beyond that mask, अगर आप उस mask के दूसरी तरफ देखते हो, or you can say when the initial impact of the industrial revolution had phased out, ठीक है, इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन का जो इम्पैक्ट था वो जब खत्म हो गया, सो इट हैड लेफ्ट अ लॉट ऑफ एम्प्टीनेस इन इंग्लैंड. ठीक है, एंड सिमिलर इज द केस if we compare it with the poem. When the goldfinch goes away, then what happens? The tree is empty again. It is silenced again. So it had left emptiness, then more emptiness than before. Okay, so he is also, we can say that the poet might be referring to here the collapse of faith, or he might be referring to the collapse of the pure environment, or you can say pious environment. Before the industrial revolution, the environment was very peaceful, it was calm, so everything of such sort collapsed after the industrial revolution. So you can interpret it in that ways also. Okay, that comparison of the goldfinch with the industrial revolution. Got it? Have you followed online students? Online students, have you followed? I think only Ashish has followed. Ashish and Akriti. What about the others? There are around 14 students. Yes? More than 14, I guess. What about the others? Okay, fine. So, yesterday we discussed various poetic devices, and some of them were alliteration and onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is a sound, it's a sound word. For example, we have chirrup, we have trillings, chitterings, all these are sound words. So, these are onomatopoeic words. And also we had discussed alliteration in various lines of the poem. And if you look at the poem, this poem is again written in free verse. That is, it is not restricted to any particular राइम स्कीम. कोई पर्टिकुलर राइम स्कीम नहीं है, ये फ्री वर्ड्स में लिखी गई है. ठीक है. और अगर हम फर्स्ट लाइन देखें, laburnum top is silent, quite still. Another poetic device that the poet has used here is personification. You know, tree is, otherwise we don't refer to trees as being silent. तो जब हम किसी नॉन लिविंग चीज को लिविंग बीइंग का वी एट्रीब्यूट अ लिविंग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक टू अ नॉन लिविंग थिंग, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? पर्सोनिफिकेशन. ठीक है. तो यहाँ पे क्या है? यहाँ पे personification है. When he says that it is silent and still, so it is personification. And also we have silent and still ss sound, that is alliteration. Okay. And then it says various other poetic devices. She enters the thickness and a machine starts up. ये मैंने आपको कल बताया था. Machine is here. It is another poetic device is metaphor. ठीक है. Metaphor जब comparison is implied. ठीक है. हम machine हम किसके लिए use कर रहे हैं? No, we are referring to the machine as what? To whom are we referring to as machine? Online students, कल बताया था मैंने आपको. A machine starts up of chitterings, tremor of wings and trillings. Machine, I'm talking about the machine, not the engine. Yes, we are talking about the, machine starts up of chitterings. Who chitter? The young ones. The moment she comes and she feeds them, they make a lot of sound. The machine starts up. So here it is a metaphor, and it is the engine of a family. Who is the engine of a family? It refers to the, who is the engine of a family? Goldfinch. Goldfinch is the engine of, again here, the poetic device used is metaphor. Got it? Clear? Yes. So, and then she stokes it full. She's adding kind of a fuel. She's giving food to her young ones. She's fulfilling their hunger. Okay, and then she moves out, showing her barred face identity mask. This was a mask that we talked about in Industrial Revolution also. Like the poet feels and he claims that the revolution had hidden its face behind a mask, just like the goldfinch had a mask on her face, that is, she had a barred face identity mask. Okay, so these were some of the things that were left yesterday. I would ask a few questions from you from different lines, and then we would move on to the textbook questions. Okay. If you look at the first three lines, the laburnum top is silent, quite still. In the afternoon, yellow September sunlight, a few leaves yellowing, all its seeds fallen. So, which season are we talking about here? Which is the season? Online students, autumn. It is the autumn season. And the time of the day that is described is what? What time of the day is being described? Yes, it is the afternoon. And how does the September sunlight appear? How does the September sunlight appear? Yes, it appears yellow. And what has happened to a few leaves? They have fallen. Yes, they have fallen down. Next three lines. Till the goldfinch comes with a twitching chirrup, a suddenness, a startlement at a branch end. Then sleek is a lizard and alert and abrupt. She enters the thickness and the machine starts up of chitterings and a tremor of wings and trillings. Okay, so for these 5 lines, and the moment she enters, just like in England there was industrial revolution, initially there was a lot of excitement and thrill. Similarly, in the tree becomes alive, it has rejuvenated, and there is a lot of thrill and excitement. And the poet also compares the movement of the goldfinch to that of a With whom has he compared the movement of Yes, that of a lizard. And till the goldfinch comes, the laburnum top remains dash. Till the goldfinch comes, the laburnum top remains dash. Yes, it remains silent and still. Okay, silent and still. And what do you understand by trillings? What are trillings? If I give you MCQ for this multiple choice question, short high sounds, long high sounds, short whispering sounds, long low sounds. What are trillings? Short high sounds. Okay, trillings are short high sound. Okay. Next four lines. The whole tree trembles and thrills. It is the engine of a family. Who is it here? You will not say bird, you will say goldfinch. Okay? Stop referring to it as only bird. It is the goldfinch. Okay? It refers to the goldfinch. Okay? It is the engine of a family. She stokes it full, then flirts out to a branch end, showing her barred face identity mask. So the whole tree trembles with what? The wind, the storm, the excitement and activity, or the weight of birds? Yes, excitement and activity. Okay, and barred face here means what? What does barred face mean? When I say barred face identity mask, a face having what? Barred face means what? No, what is the literal meaning of barred face? What is the literal? I'm not talking about symbolic meaning. I'm just saying what is the literal meaning of barred face? What is a barred face? Face. Barred. It's a face having stripes. Face having stripes on it. It's a striped face. Yes, Akriti, you're very right. Okay. Then with eerie, last three lines. Then with eerie, delicate whistle chirrup whisperings, she launches away towards the infinite, and the laburnum subsides to entry, to empty. The whistle chirrup whisperings of the bird are dash. Frequent and loud, sweet, melodious, strange and delicate. Yes, online students. No, they're not sweet and melodious. They are with eerie, delicate. पढ़ा है हमने बेटा. Strange, no, they're not frequent and loud. They're strange and delicate. Yes, Shivani, you're right. जाओ. They're strange and delicate. Okay, whistle, chirrup, whisperings of the bird are strange and delicate. The answer is in the very first line. Then with eerie, delicate, whistle, chirrup, whisperings. Eerie is strange, mysterious. We discussed it yesterday. And delicate is already there in the answer. Okay, so it is strange and delicate. She in the second line stands for she launches away. Refers for yes, for the goldfinch. And what do you mean by the infinite? Here it refers to the endless sky. The sky. Okay. And after the bird flies away, after the goldfinch flies away, the tree becomes what? It becomes silent again. Silent and empty again. Okay. What is laburnum tree called in your language? Yesterday we discussed it. What is it called in your language? मैंने आपको बताया था इसको गोल्ड चेन ट्री भी बोलते हैं और इसको हिंदी में अमलतास का पेड़ बोलते हैं. ठीक है, तो इसको अमलतास. ठीक है. And which local bird is like the goldfinch? Which local bird looks like? हमने बताया था goldfinch is the wild canary. So which is the local bird? Okay, you can say sparrow, singing sparrow. Okay, which is yellow and or brown in color that looks like goldfinch. Okay, think it out. What do you notice about the beginning and ending of the poem? Very simple. What do you notice about the beginning? Yes, tree is silent and empty. So the poem it starts with this statement only: the laburnum top is silent. So the silence, there is silence, and there is total. It is also motionless because the leaves are not moving. So that shows a lot of inactivity because of the absence of Goldfinch. And in the end, again, the last line says that laburnum subsides to empty. So, what is the center of sound and activity for the tree? The goldfinch. Goldfinch is at the, it is the center of all sounds, it is the center of all activities, okay, at the laburnum tree. And then when the bird flies away, again the tree becomes empty and silent. To what is the bird's movement compared, and what is the basis of this comparison? Very simple. To what is the bird's movement compared? No. Lizard. Lizard. वो हमने वो poet ने और scholars ने interpret किया है. Whatever I told you about the industrial revolution, that is the interpretation by scholars. The poet has compared it to the movement of a lizard. Okay? So movement of goldfinch is compared to the movement of a lizard. And what is the basis of this comparison? What is the basis of this comparison, bache? Yes, alertness. Both are very alert and abrupt. So this is the basis. Okay, both are very sleek also. So therefore the comparison is very appropriate. Why is the image of the engine evoked by the poet? Why is the image of the engine? Says it is the engine of a family. Engine का क्या काम होता है? मशीन को चलाना, ठीक है ना? तो यहाँ पे गोल्डफिंच क्या कर रही है? She is feeding her family. She is feeding the little ones. And when the engine starts, it is accompanied by a lot of sounds. Similarly, when the moment the goldfinch comes and feeds her young ones, she stokes them full. It is accompanied by chitterings and constant sounds and trillings, and so it's the same thing. That is why the poet compares the goldfinch to an engine, metaphorically. Okay? Okay? Without the engine, a machine cannot work. So she is the engine of that entire machine. Okay? The tree and the bird, the young ones and everything. What do you like most about the poem? This is an individualistic, it can be an individualistic response. ठीक है, अलग-अलग आप दे सकते हो. बताओ. Anybody from among the online students, what do you like most about this poem? Anything? The manner in which the goldfinch feeds the young ones, okay. Online students. Yes, online students. Anything that you have liked about the poem? Bolo? The way the poet has expressed the family. What are you saying? Just say it again. Ashish? The way the mother bird and the young ones have been depicted, how she comes and what happens. This is what the poem is all about. Or anything else? There's different kinds of sounds. तो मैंने आपको बोला ये कोई generalized answer नहीं है, ये तो individual आपका response है, ठीक है? And next is, what does the phrase her barred face identity mask mean? Barred face identity mask. मैंने आपको बताया है, इसका literal meaning है striped face. The goldfinch face has stripes, and it has become her a kind of a mask and even her identity mask. So she remains hidden in the thickness. She enters the thickness. हमने पढ़ा था ना? What is thickness? The foliage. She enters the foliage, and it is her mask that helps her recognition, and also it acts like a kind of a camouflage. ठीक है, कल जब हमने स्मार्ट बोर्ड से किया था हमने ये देखा था, हमने पढ़ा भी था. If you were there, अगर आपने ऑफलाइन ही अटेंड करी थी तो ऑनलाइन तो की होगी. Okay, so please complete all these questions plus one assignment that I would be sharing in your Google Classroom and submit it by Friday. Only these 5 questions, think it out, and plus a little bit of assignment, MCQs, okay, which we will be discussing tomorrow, and not tomorrow. Tomorrow is a holiday. Day after tomorrow. Okay? So day after tomorrow we would be discussing the MCQs, and but I would be sharing them today only, so that you can go through them and you can complete.